Oaks Charter School. So today I will be showing you a quick virtual tour of our building and giving you a quick synopsis of what the day looks like for each of our students. So every morning here on our main entrance that's located on Delancey Street, there will be a dean welcoming all of our students as early as 7:30 in the morning. And after you have greeted your dean, it's time to go upstairs to the cafeteria on your designated floor. So come on in and follow me. This year, the second floor housed our sixth graders. So this is what the second floor looks like. Please excuse a bit of the appearance as we have been, cleaning and making sure that everything is ready for the eventual reopen of the school. So usually once a student comes up, there will be an attendance machine right over here. They would swipe their student ID and that'll let us know that they have arrived. We will begin our tour of the second floor. So once you come in from the stairs, the first thing you have here are your lockers and you have the cafeteria. So the cafeteria is where our scholars can come in to have their breakfast. They can get ready for the day. As I mentioned before, scholars are welcome to come in as early as 7:30 if they wish to have breakfast. So once scholars are dismissed from the cafeteria, they go on to their lockers, they put their stuff away, and it's time to begin classes. So the first office that you have here is the culture office. So this office was where you could find all of your deans. We have 3 deans, 1 for each grade, and this is where all of the disciplinary decisions and restoratives were held. Here is our multi-purpose room that can be used really for anything that's happening, but for the most part it's usually used for our tutorials. So every student here at Great Oaks receives 1 period of math and 1 period of ELA tutorial in small groups with maybe 2 or 3 other students and their fellow. So this allows us to really hone in on the work and the skills that they are practicing in their major subjects, and we're able to give them more one-on-one personalized instruction. So this is where a lot of the tutorial sessions happen. So here we have the 6th grade ELA room. And this room is really a great, vibrant place that encourages all types of learners. Miss Robinson, who is our 6th grade ELA teacher, does a really great job of providing students spaces to feel productive. So if you have a student who works well with other kids, we have group tables. If you have a scholar who prefers to work independently, we have a small couch setting for them as well. Science with Miss Arbutina. And this room is great for all of our little scientists. Miss Arbutina does a great job, again, having tons of resources for all of our students to make sure that they're understanding the content. Oftentimes, they're in here performing different types of experiments and science projects and really working together in an interactive way to understand science. We have our general area of the front desk. This is where any parent or visitor who wishes to come into our school would check in with Miss Marone. So after science, we have social studies here with Miss Joyce. So Miss Joyce does a great job of making sure that social studies is a fun, interactive class, as a lot of kids maybe sometimes don't like learning about history. So she does a really great job of giving them projects that are going to make them move around, think very thoroughly and critically, and she also gives them a lot of opportunities to work together so that they can learn the importance of collaboration. So as we continue walking down our hall, we have more lockers over here on this side. To our right, you'll have the restrooms for our girls and our boys. And straight ahead, you will see our physical education classroom. So this year, our students were given the options to choose their electives, and for those that chose physical education, this is where they would be taking their health class. So as you can see, students focused on different facets of health, their social health, emotional health, physical, and spiritual. Down here on the second floor is 6th grade math with Miss Blanchard. So this year, if you were a 7th or an 8th grader, you were upstairs in our 3rd floor. So in the mornings, once you reached the 2nd floor and you swiped your ID in our attendance machine, you would continue on upstairs, which is where we're headed now. So as soon as you arrive on the 3rd floor, right to your left-hand side, you have the 3rd floor cafeteria. This was again used by the 7th and 8th graders to have their breakfast or lunch. So over here, you have the 7th grade ELA classroom with Miss Bradley. So here we are in the 7th grade math classroom with Mr. Moore and Mr. Mann. So as we keep walking down the hall, you will notice this kind of clear room. This is what we call the fishbowl. So the fishbowl is just another multi-purpose room, such as the one downstairs. You can have different tutorial sessions up here or different meetings that you might need throughout the day. As we make our way here around the corner, we have our 7th grade history classroom with Mr. Burke and Miss Asusta. Making our way around the corner, you'll notice that we have more lockers here to our right. We also have the restrooms for the girls and the boys. We have a water fountain available for our scholars. Here we have the 7th grade science classroom with Miss Patil, who again did a great job engaging our scholars in different ways through experiments, worksheets, assessments, and a lot of other interactive ways of learning and understanding science. Alrighty, and we're continuing our way down the hall to the next few classrooms. So right here on your left, you have room 312. So this is a much smaller classroom, and it is used for those students who are in a 12-to-1-to-1 setting or receive a special service in their IEPs. This is where their class takes place, and they have all of the resources as well to make sure that they are successful. Right over here, we have the 8th grade ELA classroom with Miss Dickey. Over here on our left, we have the 8th grade math classroom with Miss Sigler. Final classroom. Here you have 8th grade social studies with Mr. Johnstone. All right, and we continue walking. Down here you have the last set of lockers, and you also have your nurse's office. And as we round the corner, we have lockers to our right. And then over here, you have the leadership team office where you can find the principal, the executive director, assistant principal, director of operations, all that good stuff. So one thing that you will notice about this third floor is that the floor is in fact a circle. And given the fact that we usually house 2 grades up here, our rule of thumb is that students are only allowed to walk in the clockwise direction on this floor. So for example, if I were having breakfast and my locker was right over here down this hall, I couldn't just simply walk down the hall and go straight to my locker. I would have to go all the way around. And the rationale for this is because most of our scholars are up here, and given the shape of the floor, it would pose a lot of safety concerns if we have students walking in both directions. We don't know if someone would be running around the corner and can get hurt. So in order to prevent any of those things from happening, we all walk in the same direction, and it allows for an easy flow. So at the end of the day, when it's time to go home, our scholars will again exit the same way that they entered in the morning. And this brings us to the end of our tour. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email us in the email that will pop up right here. You can also visit our website for more information.